This week, we got our final PTS update for the Deadlands DLC before the patch goes live on November 1st. The week 5 patch notes included a fix to a bug where you could weapon swap and indefinitely stack certain item set bonuses. However, in doing so, it appears they have introduced a new bug that is also caused by weapon swapping, except this one reduces your stats. This is noticeably visible with our maximum resource stats, as bar swapping will immediately remove a perfected magicka or stamina bonus and will no longer have that bonus until we unequip and re-equip the gear. So for example, with Reliquin here on the body, the 5-piece bonus should never fall off, but we don't even get it back when we go back to our front bar. As soon as we swap either from our back bar to our front bar or the front bar to the back bar, either way, as soon as we bar swap after we have our gear equipped, that 5-piece bonus is gone and we never get it back until we unequip a piece of gear and then re-equip it again. Unfortunately, it doesn't stop there though. It looks like we are also losing somewhere between 8 to 10% crit chance as well. So first, let's look at a parse I did with my front bar only. We're using a pretty standard Stam DPS setup here: Reliquin, Advancing Yokida, 1-piece Slime Craw, and the Harpooner's Waiting Kilt. The only thing odd about this is we're not using a back bar at all. So in this particular setup, it puts us at nearly 36k stamina and 80% crit chance on our front bar. If you look at the crit results, they are pretty much as you'd expect from an 80% crit chance. Some right around 80, some a little higher, some a little lower. Pretty par for the course for what you'd get with RNG on a test. Now let's look at the next test where we use a Maelstrom two-hander on the back bar. By the way, it doesn't matter which back bar weapon you use. We even tested using an Advancing Yokida on the back bar to see if maybe it was dropping one of the set's 5-piece bonuses that messed with everything, but it wasn't. It still bugs out no matter what you have equipped when you bar swap. So on this test, you'll see that the stamina actually dropped down, like I showed earlier, to 34,745. And although our crit chance still reads 80%, if you actually look at the results, you'll see not a single ability hit 80%, and most were well under that mark. Aside from Stampede, of course, which is a guaranteed critical strike. You could say, oh, you just had some bad RNG on that parse, but no, we ran it many times and other people have tested as well and are getting that same roughly 10% crit chance loss or so. There's no way of knowing exactly how much we're losing because it is a percent chance and RNG plays a factor, but it is somewhere in that range, it seems like. Like I said earlier, this does happen when you bar swap and it never comes back until you unequip and re-equip a piece of gear. So pretty much if you're using 2 bars in your DPS setup, you're going to lose stats the first time you bar swap and never get them back throughout a fight. So, being that this is the final week of the PTS, I'm really worried that this could make its way into the live patch, but I'm hopeful if they get to it quickly, they can fix it before the final version is in place. So what does this mean for me and my upcoming content? Even if they do fix it for live, will it ever be fixed on the PTS? Generally, the test server doesn't get touched after week 5 until the next DLC comes. So in this case, 4 months or so down the road. So as it is now, I can't really test setups on the PTS like I normally would. And even after it goes live on November 1st, once the actual DLC hits, testing on live is much more difficult with the finite number of resources, especially stuff like transmute crystals. There just isn't any way I could test stuff as in-depth as I normally do. I'm definitely still going to be putting builds together one way or another, but I'm going to have to figure out the best way to do it. I'm still hoping maybe they can make an exception and do an extra PTS update. I have reached out about it, so we'll see if that's something they can do. If they can, that'd be great. I can just do my videos like I normally would. But there is a possibility for the Deadlands DLC. I may just have to do some that don't include trial dummy parses. I'm not sure exactly the route I'm gonna go yet. But like I said, I hope they make an exception and do an extra PTS update so we aren't stuck with that unusable server for 4 months. But we'll see. It is really out of my hands. The content will still be coming, but some of my builds may be based a little more on mental math and some results I've seen from other sources like logs. Anyways, just wanted to update you all and let you know what's going on. In a perfect world, this will be fixed both on the PTS and the live servers, and things will continue as normal. Otherwise, just keep in mind that the format for me might have to change up a little bit. I do still have some other non-build videos I want to release for the Deadlands as well, so I'll probably start with those as we wait and see what happens with this. So the build videos will be postponed just a little bit, and I'll put out the other videos I wanted to do anyways that don't necessarily need dummy parses. So you all can expect a breakdown of the best gear sets for DPS for the Deadlands and a couple of other videos in the next week or two. Thank you so much for stopping by, and a big thanks to my current Patreon supporters. If you'd like to see how you can help support the channel through Patreon, I'll have a link in the description below. And a special thanks to Nicholas, Simon, Privy League Guild on PlayStation's EU server, Cougar is Bay in the Cougar City Guild, Stridig, the Order of War Guild, Iffy, Cantankerous Cat, Shady, and my wonderful wife. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.